Fore players by Barstool Sports. We are back, and we are live from Olympic Club, host of 5 U.S. Open championships. It's the upcoming in the early parts of June this year, site for the 76th U.S. Women's Open, and it's going to be awesome. We just played it. We filmed every single shot. We're going to put that video out U.S. Women's Open week, showcasing quite literally every single shot that we hit. We are also brought to you by our very good friends at Owen's Mixers. The Paloma's been hot in the streets lately. I'm seeing all kinds of people lurch tweeting that at us now.
Yeah.
They love it. I mean, today's a Paloma day.
Yes.
It's just refreshing. It's light. Tequila's kind of an upper, fun drink. Today's a Paloma day.
Is tequila an upper? Yeah, it is an upper.
Yeah.
Yeah, big
Shots
time
of
upper.
tequila. People
Yeah.
are getting
Is
after
that
it.
scientifically proven?
Yeah, definitely.
That's where it's going to fall flat over here.
I think alcohol in general is a downer, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's an upper on the scale of alcohol.
Okay, yeah, I'd buy that.
Right.
Anybody who's drank tequila, I think would
Yeah,
buy
I don't
that.
know if it's going to wake you up in the morning. It might, but
Well, let me ask you, when people are really excited and doing like rounds of shots and somebody's like tequila, that's considered part of
Yeah.
that like upper
Yeah,
experience.
Yeah, it's not like
Brings that energy.
Jameson.
Ooh.
That's a different feeling.
Well, the point is that now you can take that tequila, you put it in with Owen's Mixers, the grapefruit and lime, and it is a Paloma, and it's fantastic.
I went to a communion the other day, and I asked, maybe it was too aggressive of a drink, but someone was like, what do you want? And I said, do you have a Paloma? Can you make me one? And she just said no and walked away. So we're going to have to talk with the place I went to and make sure they have some Owens Mixers.
yeah, that's.
stock.
I don't like that energy that she gave
I was like, what do you mean?
She
You
needs
don't
a
have
Paloma.
tequila? You don't have like grapefruit juice?
Yes.
You don't have Owens Mixers?
When I was bartending in Jersey, this guy used to come in all the time and ask for a double Jaeger on the rocks and just sip it. That's one of the darker people
Wow.
and drinks that you can order.
Just a warm double Jaeger.
I'll take a double Jaeger on the
Wow.
rocks. And
Yeah.
then he would just sit and play fantasy baseball on a regular pad and paper with his buddy, and they would do that all day.
Wow.
We got
It was
a
a
guy
dive bar.
We got a guy named Bob that comes to Borelli's Budweiser every single night.
Really?
One Bud comes in, says hi to people, probably gets a little something to eat. It's amazing. Never miss a day. 365 days a year.
Every
Just
single day?
Every single day.
Good customer.
Well, guess
Unbelievable
what?
customer.
Now he could, if he were to try it, he would probably be hooked on Owen's Mixers
100%.
right away, because they've got the transfusion mix, which is obviously ours. We put our logo on it. We branded it. It's really, really, really good. It's that time of year. It's Paloma time right now, like Lurch is saying. It's transfusion time on the course. Their grapefruit and or their mint cucumber and lime's really good. Their tonic and lime, it's all very good. So big thanks to Owens. Go check them out at their local retailer, owensmixers.com. It's very simple. You just pour it in with your favorite liquor and you just have an awesome cocktail. It's that simple. Okay, Olympic Club, an iconic, as one of the more iconic venues in American golf that there is. We're overlooking Lake Merced right now and Harding Park and just the Bay Area in general. You can actually see the Golden Gate.
It's kind of crazy our view right now. Just looking out at San Francisco.
I just caught eyes. I just laid eyes on the Golden Gate. I didn't think that we could see. I saw it from a golf course, but I didn't think we could see it from right here. That's incredible.
And that's just our setting. And the reason that we're here is we're doing a double back-to-back. We're doing a Monday, Tuesday of U.S. Women's Open and then the Men's Open. So we have to catch a flight in about 2 hours. So if it seems like I'm just rapid-fire throwing ad reads down your throats right now, it's because I am, because we have to catch a flight.
You are.
Yeah, no, that's the plan. I told the guys before. I said, I'm whipping you into shape. If I have to body you on the course here and just get ad reads, then we're going to do it.
Quickly, I'm sitting in the worst seat in the house.
You think so? All right,
I mean, you guys
rank our seats.
You're 1.
Yes.
You're 2, 3, 4.
I've got cat hair on my mic. Right? That's a thing that's happening? Yeah, my eyes are starting to water up a little bit. It's just something that we're dealing with here. Yeah. Yeah.
You allergic to cats?
I think I may be a little bit. No, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm going to power through it, but I want you guys to know.
Just rub it off.
I want you
Tell
guys
me
to
you
know.
got cat hair
I
on your
want you
mic that's
guys to
making your
know.
eyes water right now?
I
Can you just rub that off?
My throat's like starting to close up a little bit. So it's just something that's happening, but I'm going to persevere, which I did not on the
So
golf
as
course
the
today.
podcast goes on, Frankie's condition will deteriorate.
It's just something that's happening. I did not persevere today. Are we going to get into a little bit of what
Tough
we did
call.
today?
We should. So we're out here, like I said, we're here in San Francisco, and then we're taking a flight tonight to San Diego for Torrey Pines. And our whole thing is clearly the U.S. Open is golf's toughest test. They want you to use every club in their bag. We call it carnage. That's not how they brand it, but everybody else brands it as it's just the carnage-filled tournament. That's what you want to see. You want to see people were rooting for like 20 over to win at Wingfoot last year. So we thought it'd be fun to come out, test our games, put them on these 2 courses, and just play everything in the whole stroke play, all 4 of us, and see what those numbers are. So we played it from about 6,600 today, which is right around, I believe, how the women will play it for the U.S. Women's Open. And we had kind of a wide variety of scores out there, I would say.
We sure did. It was tough. Trent,
Yeah, I saw some carnage today. I saw a lot of carnage today.
did you feel any?
Yeah, I felt a lot of it.
Lose a limb.
I just played like shit, and people will see it on the video. We're not going to say our scores, but I just played like garbage. And I like to be positive a lot of the time, but there were stretches during this round of golf where I just wanted to walk. I wanted to just walk and walk away. You know what I mean, Lurch?
I mean, I said something to you where I said if it goes into that bunker on one of these just Mount Everest type bunkers that's guarding one of these greens, you can go home.
What happened?
Oh, it didn't fly in the bunker and be, oh, that's just in the bunker when you see it leave the club face. It was like, oh no, that's going to be good. It reached the crevice, the top of the trap, almost the rough, it bounced in.
It did,
and
yeah.
then it came back in this bunker, and it's the biggest bunker on the golf
That's
course.
a good indication of my day. That was one of the better shots I hit.
It was.
The result
Then
was
you hit a sick shot.
I hit a good bunker shot. Frankie and I have been playing a lot in New York and in Long Island, Westchester area, and I've been pretty good out of the bunkers. And that was probably what was most disappointing about today was I have been playing more golf lately, so I was hoping my game would round into shape a little bit more. But this was such a hard golf course that it just absolutely kicked me in the teeth.
The biggest difference is we're playing New York, Westchester, whatever type of golf. Riggs is playing Arizona golf.
Yeah.
You come here, it's the hilliest. I mean, you don't have a flat lie, so when you're on the range, you're like, oh man, like I never felt better on this range than I did today. Like I legitimately thought I was going to go, I don't know, 3 under today. Like,
Yeah.
I just felt I couldn't miss a ball. And then all of a sudden you get on like the first tee and you look out there and it's maybe the most just like undulated golf course you've ever seen in your entire life. You don't get a flat lie all day, and that's just different, man. It's harder to hit greens when you have balls above your feet, below your feet. It's not really like it's just not natural.
It is true in the fact that the last time we all hit a flat golf shot was on the range.
So all of a sudden you
And
have this
then after
106.
that, your feet are never flat for
No.
the whole round. You're
Not
just
once.
falling into the lake.
And the
on
greens
every
are
shot.
small.
Tiny.
They're harder to hit because they're small, but B, it makes it harder to swing confidently because you're like, I have to hit this perfectly, and your mind's fucked because it's a left to right slope or right to left slope, and it just hits you with that all day long, and that's when you hit good shots. You're actually in the fairway.
Right. It shows how good these pros are, the women and the men, that they're able to just like continue their day regardless of where their ball is, right? Like for me, I hit a ball right down the middle. My second shot is like a 166 shot with a little bit of wind, but it's way above my feet. I'm like, there's no chance I put this on the green. They're just like, ho hum, no problem. We're going pin seeking.
What was
That's
the hole
nuts.
where you hit a dynamite drive in the middle of the fairway and it rolled all the way off into the rough?
yeah.
Like you could not have hit a better drive, and we're like, oh, that's perfect.
That had to be like 7 or 6 or something, 5.
Yeah, I want to say that was
That uphill dogleg left.
No,
or
that's
yes.
4.
Was that 4?
That's
That's
four.
where I made. I actually did make a 3. That's
Yeah.
the one where I made a bomb putt.
Yeah, you had an awesome
That's
shot.
Yeah.
4.
And I will say, when people do watch the video and we're talking about now, like, yes, the course it's pure, it's in grid shape, but it's not quite yet in U.S. Open shape. Like
No.
the rough will be longer, the greens will be firmer and a little bit faster. It's still really hard for us, so that doesn't really matter a ton.
And there was some good golf played today.
There
I
was.
mean, Lurch, you played fantastic golf. Riggs maybe had the best save of a round I've ever seen in the back
Agreed.
nine.
I think I had one of the more stunning numbers.
When you
Yeah.
said your final number, I legitimately thought.
I still think you're cheating. It's like-
I thought
you hit the ball. At one point, I said, like, yeah, it was like kind of a stupid golf joke, but I was like, here is this map finder, just like, people say it's like a fairway finder with a driver or whatever. I mean, you couldn't keep that thing within 100 yards of the
we
fairway.
couldn't have had more opposite games today, me and you. Just
Right.
like
Yeah.
I felt like
I didn't
was.
think you hit it that badly.
No, I hit it fine. It's just around the greens. It was just adding up quickly adding up. Putts for par turned into putts for triple. Where it was just like, what is happening? What is happening? Everyone stop.
Dude,
Everybody stop and just wait.
I had one of those days that just felt like I knew if I could just get within 20 yards of the green, I was like, I'm fine. But it actually was hard to do that a lot. Like other times I was like, I just can't. And I mean, some of the drives I was hitting were going 50 yards. Like they were
Less.
hitting trees and just coming straight
32
down.
yards.
I'd say you had about what, like 6 or 7 like chip up and downs to save like par and bogey.
A bunch.
Maybe more.
From
8?
bunkers, I had a bunch. And it just was.
Your chipping is phenomenal.
It's nuts.
I think that goes to show you about fresh wedges. Those TaylorMade wedges, I mean, like, it was just bounce, stop, 2 feet.
Serious spin on
It
them.
was crazy, the
And
action.
Me and Trent were talking on the way up. He's like, dude, I've never seen like the spin on those. And yeah, they are the brand new, the TaylorMade high toes that I got. And I love them. They're awesome. And I was telling us, like, the thing is, I've been playing a lot, obviously, living in fucking
Oh,
Arizona.
no way.
I've been playing a lot. And when you play a lot, like, you get confident in attacking them aggressively, those chips, because you have to. Like, if you don't come through them aggressively, then you can't get that spin because you have to have that speed to have them. And I'm just in a place where I just feel good. So I'm like, and I was watching a YouTube video probably like a month ago where it was I can't remember which coach it was, but he's talking about how just pick a landing spot on the green. That's all you're trying to do. Pick a landing spot. Like, pick your trajectory in terms of, is this coming in a little lower, a little higher, and then just pick your landing spot, and that's the only thing you focus on. Don't look at the pin. Don't, after you pick your landing spot, think about how it's going to break in the air. It's like, just literally pick the spot you want that ball to land and try to hit it as close to that spot as you can. And that's changed my chipping a ton, because everything that happens after that is like you just tried to hit your spot. But yeah, today was the most preposterous round I would say I've had.
I still can't believe your
ridiculous.
Score. It's like, it feels wrong.
Lurch is staring at the scorecard right now.
Well, it just feels.
Well, if you
wrong.
look at the middle, there's a bunch of 4s and 3s. So I mean, that's how he did it.
No, I know, but I mean,
nuts. I know.
Off the tee, it was like, that's a triple from where that ball went.
The one thing about here at Olympic Club, you can't really lose a ball unless you go like OB onto the road.
And to your point of what you read pre-round, if you're below the pin or like putting up away from the lake, the greens roll at like a 5. It feels like.
Yeah.
And then if you putt to the lake, they roll at 15s.
Yeah.
It's the biggest difference of like local knowledge that I've ever seen with green speed to me, because we could never figure it out.
I just couldn't figure out the speeds today. I don't actually think I putt particularly bad, but man, there's some times where you just need to get the ball like close to the hole.
Yeah.
And you just couldn't.
I mean, I left
both of us.
Yeah, right. Was that a
I don't know how you scored what you scored with the way some of your like long putts were, right?
So they never really like penalized, because I made a lot of comeback.
Yeah, true.
But there was one that I had a 40-foot putt and I still had 25 feet.
That was
left. And it's not like I blew it 25 feet past. I still had 25 feet to go.
Yeah.
And then a couple holes later, you were just made a debacle of it, and I was like, is he just gonna completely collapse and blow it? I'm glad that you didn't. I'm glad that you kind of kept it on the track.
The Furical got me.
So visuals is probably one of my favorite courses I've ever played. Like just looking out and playing it.
I agree, and I think a big part of that for me is it looks so much like Northern California,
yeah,
like the Bay Area, and obviously we're right in the heart of it. But it's cool, you know. There's some courses where whether they do it like
so pure
in terms of aesthetics, or if they move a lot of dirt, where it doesn't like it's cool and it looks great and it's in good shape, but it doesn't necessarily reveal or feel like you're in that spot as much. This is very clearly, you could take any picture from anywhere on this place and people are like, you got to be in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
You have to be.
Trent's just looking at the Golden Gate Bridge right now.
I mean, it's beautiful. It really is. This is a stunning view that we have out on this patio.
San Francisco looks like a high class, like third world country. Like, does that make any sense?
I don't think that came off well. I think you were trying to go for a compliment there, and I think you missed it by miles.
The way that it's like, you see these things, you see some of these countries where it's like house. I mean, like house on top of house on top of house on these hills and these rolling hills. And it's like you can't believe that people live like that. And I look out there and I see the same exact thing. Like, how are there people living amongst all those buildings? They're literally stacked on top of each other, but they're like $1 million homes. Is my point.
But I know what you mean. That a lot of those places that would only be like. That would be clearly distinguishable, really awesome homes that are like really expensive homes, and it feels like that's a lot of like little homes together.
It's crazy. I've just never had this view of it where it's like you actually see all the houses going up the hill like that. It's kind of crazy to look at.
All right, guys, we're gonna have to get serious for a second, and this is one of the reads actually that we are glad that we're able to do, because it means a lot. The last year has been hard on a ton of people. We all know that. That's why we're doing something new and partnering with our new sponsor, BetterHelp Online Therapy. At Barstool, we truly love and appreciate our listeners, obviously. You guys mean the world to us. Thank you. Without you, none of us would be able to do this. None of us would be able to sit here and look out at San Francisco and make interesting observations about what we're seeing. So once in a while, we try to bring you something genuinely good. Maybe it's for you, maybe it's not. A lot of us take care of our bodies with as tough of a year as this has been. Many of us don't necessarily think about taking care of our minds. There's a misunderstanding about what therapy is. It can be whatever you want it to be. It doesn't have to be sitting around talking about your feelings. We all know that just reflecting, talking with somebody, bouncing things off of people, having somebody be able to respond to them is incredibly important and helps. Obviously, it's kind of what we do all the time with each other. A lot of people battle with whether it's their temper, their stress, especially when you're at a golf course, or they have depression, anxiety, PTSD, the list goes on. A lot of people are struggling. If this is you, you can use therapy to get some tools that make life much easier. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist. So you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can start communicating with your therapist in under 48 hours. Join the millions of people who are seeing what therapy is really about. It's always a good good time to invest in yourself because you are your greatest asset. That's very true. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and our listeners get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/4. That's BetterHelp.com/4. You're going to get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/4. It's important to get help, fella.
People helping people.
It's the best.
Nice thing.
You know Jimmy Valvano?
Nope.
Jimmy V?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said no. I just knew who that
Just
was.
looked at me dead in the face and just going,
Well, the
You were
way
determined
every
to
time
kinda
you say
just say
something,
no
I
to
just
learn.
want to just disagree
That's
with you. Jimmy V, I didn't know who that was.
We rode in the car today, and I thought we had a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. it was
You guys
good.
are good on the course. Like as
We've had
much
some
as
mishaps.
well, yeah, but as much as you guys bicker on the show, which is a lot,
Yeah.
on the course you guys seem to like because I think you guys help each other.
Yeah.
There's definitely some times where we both want to punch each other in the face, for sure.
That didn't
Yeah,
happen
but everybody's
today.
going to get
No, today was solid. Anyways, Jimmy V in his speech says there's 3 things that you should do every day. If you do those 3 things, you'll have a full day. Do you know what they are?
Laugh, cry.
Laugh.
Hun, laugh. Yep. Well, smile. Yep.
That's smile and laugh.
Smile, laugh. Yeah,
okay.
is one.
Was Chris Cry one of them?
cry as well.
Yes, but it's more than that. Have your emotions move to tears, happy or sad.
Okay.
So,
Well, it's fun. Well, last time you guys made
But that
fun
was
of me
a-
for crying, but I mean, it sounds
No,
like
I'm-
Jimmy B thinks it's
and then the
pretty
last
important.
one.
We gotta do this every day.
The last one. If you do these 3 things every day, it's a full day, and I agree with him wholeheartedly.
Okay, what's the third one?
Hug somebody.
No, but not too. I wouldn't say wrong.
Tell
Okay.
somebody you love them.
No, the last one is spend some moment in thought. So just think about stuff. Think
Okay.
about things holistically. If you do those 3 things every day. So I was just thinking when you were talking betterment help,
Yeah.
crying, happy or sad is good, I think. Getting things off the chest, I'm a big proponent in that. So
Of course.
I love
Everybody's
that.
got emotion,
Yeah.
clearly. BetterHelp's great. BetterHelp.com/4. You get 10% off your first month, but it's very important to talk to people.
I didn't have a 7-iron today or a 52 degree. Somehow,
cry?
some way.
Do you
have any
I
idea
should've.
where
I
they
would've
are?
had a full
I can't
day.
believe
I would have had
Years?
a full day, but I wouldn't have had a full bag. You know what I'm saying?
I
Okay.
cannot believe we got this far into the show without bringing that up.
Well-
because we've been talking about it all day.
Yeah, it was a problem. We're at the hotel here in San Francisco, and Lurch noticed that I had a bunch of woods in my bag. He's just like, "You're filled with woods and hybrids and drivers." I'm like, "Yeah, let me check." I'm like, "You know what? I actually think I got to take one out because I have a hybrid. I also have a 5-wood. I got a 3-wood. I got all these wedges." And I'm looking at my bag, and I think Riggs is like, "You have no clubs. Like, what's happening?" I was like, what? So I start counting them. No 7-iron and no 52 degree. And now we're on our way. Now we're rushing out of the hotel to come to Olympic Club. That was a tough feeling because I don't know where these things went. We just played Quaker, and we sound like fucking assholes because we just
Right.
played Quaker Ridge, which is a top 100 golf course, and we played Olympic Club, which is like a top 10 golf course in the world. And I'm losing golf clubs all over the place. So I don't know how that happened. Somewhere, somehow, I lost a 7 and a 52. 2 clubs that don't go with each other.
You were genuinely upset in the car on the car.
I
ride
was
over.
because I have no idea where they went, and like going to play a
Right.
bucket list course,
World-class
and a
golf.
7-iron for me is like that is my home space. That's something where I feel really completely at like ease.
But what did we find out?
We found out that you only use it like 2 or 3 times.
Right.
I don't want to spoil the video, but like one of the times without my 52 was a disaster. I mean, I was 120 yards out, and I had to use a 58. Which 120, 52 is so smooth
So that
and so
brings up the
nice.
swing speed. So,
So that brings
what
up
do
the
you think
swing
happened?
speed, and I just almost murdered a cameraman over the green. I just had to re-up from where I was 120 yards out, and it's just became a triple bogey. And
Shout
that's
out
just,
Casey, that camera guy. I mean, he's got 9 lives.
He either is.
He should have been dead.
That
10
cameraman Casey is either.
He's either
The
got a lot of feel or no feel.
He's either the most like.
Like aloof, like not.
Yes,
doesn't
just like
care.
out to lunch person
Yes.
of all time, or he's just the most courageous person of all time.
Yeah.
Like, he was like standing, staring at balls coming at his head, and he didn't move an inch.
Well, and that's probably the right way to be because he's the guy standing on the green watching the balls come in.
It
think
has to
it's-
be that way.
Right, you know what I mean? Like if we had a guy
think
who
it's
was
the latter.
if it was a little
That's the thing
scaredy
I said
cat,
first?
and then
Is that
we
how that
wouldn't have
works?
any of those shots. If he's running away, like trying to hold the camera,
I think he
we
was out to a nice
So,
big lunch.
the wedge
just,
that Frankie hit-
chips and pickles.
The wedge that Frankie hit went right over his head, and there was like trees and brush, maybe 10, 15 feet behind him. It didn't disappear into the brush. It disappeared over the back of him somehow, and then was gone forever.
Dude, it came in like
But,
a missile.
Oh, it was flying. I mean,
It's like a drone that locks in on its target and it just follows him. And I was screaming, ah! Like legitimately. It was almost in Happy Gilmore. She's like, Happy,
Yeah.
look out! You ever see that part?
Yeah.
One of
Yeah.
my favorite parts in any
Amazing.
movie. where she actually like it's just the worst acting ever. Sorry.
Look out!
Look out!
You judge acting.
Can we put the audio in of her saying "Look out"? It's outrageous.
It's a great clip.
Happy look out!
Why can't I think of that part?
Oh, it's when he's about to hit her. He's about to get hit with the car.
The Volkswagen drives
Yeah.
out.
Oh, it's
There's
She was happy. Look out!
Oh, yeah.
Nuts.
Now I do
the
remember
extended is one of the most insane.
You don't think they do that for like comedic effect? It's
No,
like
I
it's so
think-
preposterous that they do it that way.
Maybe because it's Happy Gilmore, but I just think it's unwatchable.
When
that
like
part.
Red Lobster guy hits him with the Volkswagen,
Yeah.
right there.
Look
Okay.
out! We'll see if Jake puts it in.
Yeah, we'll see. This is a test if you're listening or not, Jake. Okay, this video, again, a couple weeks. It's going to be, I think it's early June, so U.S. Women's Open week. This puppy will be out. It's very good. This place is spectacular. It's going to be incredibly fun to watch them play this course and see, I mean, after us being out here, I think it's going to be really difficult for anybody to post low numbers to finish under par, yet they're so unbelievably good that they probably will. It's June 6th, or June 3rd through the 6th, so I imagine we'll have it out, the 2nd, so it'll probably be the Wednesday, maybe the Tuesday, Monday of that week.
Yeah.
And then we're going to film a whole nother one tomorrow out at Torrey Pines and have that out a few weeks after. So, okay. Big news. Tiger Woods' first photograph since his accident was released. It came out late last week, which he posted himself. He wrote, "My course is coming along faster than I am," with a smiley face emoji, "but it's nice to have a faithful rehab partner, man's best friend," and just a picture of him and his dog. A lot of takeaways from this for me. Number one, his left leg was completely fine. We only have to rehab one leg, which is amazing.
His
Right
left leg's better than it's ever been.
I mean, it looks amazing.
It looked incredible.
His arms look incredibly jacked. He looks like he can bench like 700 pounds.
He looks like Captain America.
Is that because like he's not working out right now? And he's just like bulking and just eating.
My guess
Or maybe he's
is
lifting.
He's not shredded.
if I can try to get inside the brain of Tiger Woods for 1 second, it's that he can't do cardio right now. He can't do any of that stuff.
think
He
he can
can't
do
run.
arms?
He can't bike. But if the way to keep himself busy, do we know Tiger
You
Woods?
think he
Tiger
can
Woods,
work out right now?
Yeah, because he can lay down on a bench and like
Yes.
crash, dude.
He just doesn't have the mentality of like, I'm going to watch like 30 series of Netflix.
That's exactly right.
My question is, I'm not a big body guy. Like I just have a
Oh,
frame.
really?
Okay.
So I didn't know that. Like he was like shredded recently, right? Like we were like, holy fuck, Tiger Woods is like as fit as he's ever been. Now if you take that off and you're laying in a bed, or your arms starting to get a
But
little
he can
beefier,
sit-
and, like,
Trent's
fatter.
mentality
He
side.
can sit on a bench
Yeah.
and just do curls and do a bench press, and
I love the
that
thought of
has
that.
to be the way. Like I said, he can't do cardio. He can't do any of that thing. The only activity he can do is do arms, and it looks like that's what he's been doing.
He looked fantastic. What
For a-
course was he talking about?
In his backyard, he's like redoing, I think,
Yeah.
all that shit that goes in his backyard where he had like 4 different greens, different grass types. So that apparently he's redoing it, restoring it, whatever the hell he's doing. And so that was another one of my big takeaways. Like the fact that he's going through all this work to restore that course. That ain't a guy who's retiring.
Also for Charlie too, though. Gotta think.
Yeah, then absolutely, that's a big
100%.
factor for it. I thought him smiling, he had a big old smile on his face.
He looked great.
He looked so much better than I thought he
It
was going to.
seems crazy to say about a guy on crutches, but he looked awesome.
He looked hot.
He looks so good, and that was the main takeaway. Like I know we all tweeted the picture, and I would say a majority of my responses were like, he looks 100,000 times better than we thought he was going to look.
Yeah.
Because he could have looked like anything.
Well, when we talked last, I was like worried. I mean, he could have lashes on his face.
Yep.
Like it could just be a mess. And I think he looked as good as he would potentially look, if not better.
I also thought that there would be whenever you see massive leg injuries, you'll see like the contraption that has like the wires through the kneecap
Yeah.
too. Like it goes
Yeah.
all the way up and it bends when you walk. Right? We didn't see any of that. It was basically shin down to his ankle. He had his toes out in the
Hit his
cast.
toes out.
Now, do you think that's a multiple take picture?
Yeah.
I mean, I get everybody snaps 4 or 5 whenever they
Yeah.
take any picture, but do you think that was like, it didn't look that, come back here, try that from
I don't know, man. It was like
No.
kind of blurry. Like I mean, it was just. I think that's just like that's a great shot. The dog's right next to you, and he's just smiling.
And there's been
No.
other pictures
You
that have
think
come
so?
out of him on the cart and things like that and moving around.
Yeah, I was going to say the next day one came
Yeah.
out. He's clearly able to be out and
He was
about.
on
He's
a golf course.
cart
Yeah.
at Charlie's playing, and he was in a golf
Yes.
cart with his girlfriend driving around in the
We'll
passenger seat.
say he was giving the stink eye. Whoever took that photo,
Yes, he was.
he was giving the stink eye.
It was hard.
That
Tiger
was
Woods
not
is at a golf course again already.
Oh, yeah.
Watching golf, being around golf on a cart. His ass is on the seat of a golf cart. That's crazy to me. Like
run
I thought
behind,
that was.
cut that leather out, and keep
I understand he's just there watching, but I thought Tiger Woods being on a golf course was years away.
Look, yes, he had a bad accident, dude. His leg snapped in half. Guess what? They repaired that shit. He's rehabbing it. The rest of his body, again, as we're talking about, is fucking fine. His left leg's fine. His arms look more jacked than anybody's arms I've ever seen in my life. Looked at
Still got that brain.
Still got that brain up here. Knows how to play golf. He's smiling. He has a backwards hat on.
He's gonna learn how to like play golf on one leg. Like that's the kind of guy he is. Like he's gonna learn how to like utilize his left leg more than his right, and he's gonna start rehabbing when they tell him like he can't. He's like, no, I can because I'm gonna do this, and then he's gonna have like a stronger left leg than a right. He's gonna tell us about how that helps him with the draw, and like he's gonna actually that helps him on the second hole at Augusta National. Like there's gonna be like always a story with Tiger, and I'm just so confident now after seeing that stuff.
Is there any news yet? Like, does he have just a personal assistant that can drive him everywhere, that can like open doors for him? He shouldn't have to do any extracurriculars. Like he should be protected in every area that he can, because he's clearly got a naughty side. Like he likes to be a bad boy, and he could use some support.
Here's the issue: is I think he likes to do shit himself.
Right.
I think you can't tell him like you have to be.
So easy for us to sit here
I know.
and say like,
Man,
why do you
used to
drive? And
right.
like, why do you not? Like all these people have gotten into shit. Like fucking Thurman Munson, rest his soul. The guy like was flying like everyone's like, why are you flying your own plane from your game to go see your family? Like just go get a pilot or whatever. And like the guy died in a car in a plane in a helicopter
Talking about
accident.
Doc Holliday? Or?
No, Thurman Munson.
Oh, okay.
He crashed a plane. He was a Yankee. He was a Yankee captain back in the '80s.
Okay.
I just didn't see that name coming.
No, me either.
But I'm just picturing because
like,
I remember everyone.
Picture was
It's a
that
good
guy
one.
Doc
Yeah,
Holliday.
it's just like everyone's like, why would you do that? It's like, well, these guys are like human beings that just like want to go do stuff, right?
Right.
Like that dude like loved flying planes and he like
Right.
wanted to see his family like
they
during
don't
off
let
days.
Britney do anything, and now we're all like free Britney all the time.
Right.
Like they literally run every part.
Tiger was
of
never gonna drive a car because he like wins a lot of golf tournaments. I don't like what does that even mean? Like he's got all the money in the world, so he can't drive. Like,
Well, no, but
one
like
of the
somebody
greatest things
around,
about having a
like-
lot of money is like buying the nicest cars in the world.
Was he on something that day?
Oh, for sure.
Well,
I
that's
think-
where we could use a step in.
I think there's a difference between saying he's probably going to drive, but like, should he? And like, he's going to do it regardless. But like,
Well, now-
I think it'd probably be smarter if he didn't anymore. But I understand that you're never going to stop him from driving.
We're gonna bring in like what he was on and all that stuff. For sure, should not be driving under the influence. I'm not saying because you have all the money in the world, you should drive like
Right, so
high
like
or
I
on
need
drugs.
somebody like a check-in guy, like who's not.
Sure.
That would be helpful.
But I heard people giving takes like you should never have keys to a car. Like why don't you just have a chauffeur everywhere? That's just not real life.
No.
The richest people in the world fucking drive cars.
It's nice to just jump in a car sometimes.
100%.
Dude, there's videos like
It's
LeBron
great.
James driving around LA. He drives like 100 miles an hour.
Right.
He's got this top down. People are like LeBron. He's like, yeah, and he just fucking goes. It's
Right.
like, yeah, it's like that's just what they do. They're fucking human beings.
Right.
Please focus, my friends, on this fact that Mother's Day is obviously coming up.
Mommy.
Whether she prefers, a statement piece, everyday subtle elegance, BlueNile.com has fine jewelry for every single mom. Mark Mother's Day with something enduring this year. From textured gold to multicolored gemstones, classic pearls, you can shop this season's stunning trends on BlueNile.com. Don't let what happened to Mr. Borelli happen
No
to you.
problem.
$20,000
Yep.
earrings.
Nope. Tried to go 1999.
What?
Oh, I don't think Lurch was here
Dude,
for
you weren't
that.
here. My dad. So it was my mom's
No.
birthday. It was my mom's birthday, and he was doing like a birthday, Mother's Day, just like April, May. He just likes to get her something nice. Tough year, the whole thing. He's like, I'm gonna get these nice earrings. He goes to this place. It was supposed to be $1,999, and they said it was like 4 carats. And everyone's like, you got like those are just fake. It's impossible. He's
Yeah.
like showing everyone, look at these things. 4 carats is like unbelievable
Right.
amount of carats.
Okay.
So he gives it to her. They're falling off her ear. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, these things are unbelievable." Turns out that he actually spent 20 grand by accident, and they didn't tell him. And
Ooh, are those returned?
now,
Because if not,
now
we're
my
gonna-
mom ripped them. Like didn't know. No one knew. The only reason they know that is because he went to go return them to resize them. They were falling off her ear because they were so fucking
Heavy?
diamondy and
Yeah.
heavy that they said, "Oh yeah, like you guys can pick something out, but make sure it's in like this casing or over here because it's not like why are you
You
picking
didn't see
out
his credit
why are you-
card statement?
Well, he used like the restaurant one where like
Oh,
I guess
okay.
it's like because they're spending
Yeah.
so much on like inventory and stuff that like it just didn't get flagged, which to me is insane
Yeah.
because apparently American Express is supposed to flag anything over like 5,000. The fact that you can just walk in and buy a $20,000 diamond to
Nobody
me is
says a word.
insane. No one said a word. They literally just like scumbags at this place wherever they were. They were just like, yeah, we got this guy. My dad's there, didn't even realize. The lady said it's not 1,900. It's 19,000.
I'm surprised you didn't pass out in that moment.
He almost had a heart attack.
Yeah,
He's like, I would die in that place.
Right.
If they wouldn't take it back from me.
So then what happened?
So they
Took it back?
They made him sweat it out for like 20 minutes. They went into the back and talked, and they came out and like, all right, like we'll give you the money back. They didn't want to at first because like they couldn't they didn't have they didn't have the actual tag on it, like what had happened since they left or whatever.
Jeez.
So you got to go to Blue Nile. You have to just eliminate that. You have to just eliminate that.
See the
issue.
price online, buy it. You know what you spend.
You'll never make that mistake online.
Well,
Get
each
some fantastic
diamond is
stuff.
GIA graded, which allows you to view the unique qualities, carat weight to color or cut, and be confident of the quality you are buying and know the price. Blue Nile is different from their competitors. They don't mark up to mark down, meaning BlueNile.com's everyday prices are competitive to other online retailers' sale prices, which is going to be huge for you. They've got expert advice 24/7, legendary service with 30-day returns. So bottom line is they're going to help you out. They're going to get you dialed in for the right stuff. When you commit to a piece, so does Blue Nile. Guaranteed service and repair for life. This Mother's Day, give mom something she'll treasure forever with jewelry from BlueNile.com. And our listeners, Foreplay listeners, get $50 off your purchase over $500. This is a podcast exclusive. It's only good for Foreplay listeners. Use the code FORE. That's code FORE, F-O-R-E. Plus, every order is insured, ships free, and arrives in discreet packaging that won't give away what's inside. Shop stress-free on BlueNile.com today. Remember to use the code FORE. You are going to get $50 off your purchase of over $500. Go to BlueNile.com today. Use the code FORE. Tiger Woods looked great. It's very exciting stuff. He was, again, spotted the next day, I believe, in a golf cart. He looked pissed that somebody was taking a photo. But that's fine. I like him out there, out and about, getting pissed off, people taking pics, photos. It's great. And all things considered, I think that this makes it almost a lock that Tiger Woods is going to come back and win the Masters tournament.
Kind of feels like we're back to square one before 2019, where now we just get to climb this mountain with him again. Oof. Which we embraced it the first time around, and we were obviously right. He won the Masters in 2019, and now we get to do that again. I mean, I don't mean to sound so excited about it, but if he is going to make if he's going to make another go at it, we're going to be right there next to him.
And the difference is this one's almost more exciting, if you will, Trent. I mean, obviously, the negative stuff sucks, but now that we're here, we are where we are. It's time because we know it actually worked out, and he did it.
Right.
Like in 2018, 2017, 2018, we didn't know. Like we always thought we knew, and we kept claiming, but he had come back so many times and like gotten hurt and then disappeared and returned and then gotten hurt and flown across the world to Dubai and gotten hurt. And then we were like, no, he's back. Like he's gonna do it. You guys don't get it. You guys are idiots. And he actually did it. He fucking won the Masters, and he won the Tour Championship, the Masters, and the Zozo all within like a year of each other. And then went to the President's Cup and was the best player at the President's Cup by far. So it's like he clearly can return and be the best. And we knew that now, or we knew that then. Now we really know it because he did it. And he looked awesome in a picture. And that's all it takes for us. Tiger Woods looks great in a picture. It's over, baby. That guy's just back.
That's all you need, but he's got an uphill battle, man. I mean, it's sad for me because when we saw him at the President's Cup in Australia, I was like, oh, my God.
Seems like the happiest he's ever been.
He's going to win every golf tournament he's ever played in.
Yeah.
And then it's been kind of a slow demise until the accident, which was obviously pretty quick. But now to think about where he's been, downfall, winning, and now he's back down again. If he comes back, he is mentally the strongest person ever created. And he is that. Like, we know that. But that would truly be, I don't know, that would be incredible to me if he comes back from this one as well.
Yeah.
Like you're right. You're looking up the hill again at it, and you're like, dude, we were up there. I know. Just right.
Just fucking give up, man. The guy's like a billionaire.
Right. You rest on your laurels. Like for everybody else, every other average loser, like everybody sitting at this table, it is the easiest one to be like, you know what? I'm going to get somewhat healthy. I'm just going to play golf a little bit, hang with Charlie. I got tons of money. I'm going to relax. I'm going to fish. I'm going to go on privacy.
Get into business. Do like
just
whatever you want.
Anything you want. Every day you can do whatever you want in the whole world. And now I'm going to practice for 8 to 10 hours a day on the golf course, work out, lift, train, be an older individual than like everybody on tour and still beat them. It would be remarkable.
And it's honestly interesting. Like they had a fun little program today where Michelle Wee West, who won the U.S. Women's Open in 2014, was talking, and Kira asked her about kind of, what does it take to be really good again, and how do you feel about your current play coming back? And hasn't been that. And she's like, well, I know what it takes to win a golf tournament, and it's like it takes 100% of your effort in everything that you do. And like you practice all day long, your nutrition, everything. She's like, now, you know, she's a relatively new mom. She's married. She's got other things in life. She's like, now I do like 2 or 3 hours a day. And she's like, and that's a lot. Like it's very stressful. You're grinding, you're trying to do it. But like 2 to 3 hours a day versus making it your entire life. Just like, she's like, it's really hard to get it done. And now we're talking about this guy, Tiger Woods, who, like we said, is looking up at the mountain yet again, who's already won 15 majors, won 82 times, he's made $1 billion. He's got 2 awesome kids that he loves, that he clearly is very into golf with Charlie. And I know Sam and him have a great connection and what she's into. So it's like, dude, you could just chill. And it's not that crazy to think that could happen. Like Tiger, in the next few months, that could happen. That's why we're very scared about the blue background, you know, press releases.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think in what we've all, I think, kind of agreed on to some different level on this show is that, like, if that motherfucker came back all those other times, he's gonna motherfucking go back this time.
Yeah. The age is a concern.
Has to be.
Big concern.
But again,
but it wasn't not a concern when he was 43.
But
right?
it's just like every year that you add on to that, it's a little different. Like the times before 2019, and I agree. I know what you're saying, but like. That now we're at 45 and we're gonna be at 46 and then we're gonna be at 47. Like we're really up there.
But I guess Trent's point though does come back and like is valid in the fact of like why are his arms big? Because he's lifting, because that's the only thing that he has the availability to do right now. Like in his mind, when I think about him, I've got 1,000 options of what I could do with a day with all that money. His option is like, no, I just play golf. Like now that I'm hurt, I'm injured. Like, no, the only thing that I know in my brain is to get myself better, to get myself healthy, and to play golf and play at an elite level. So maybe that fundamentally feels like his only option, which maybe might not be true because of some of the statements he said. But
I also wonder what it would be like mentally to know that you're capable of being the best at something that's so cool and that you love so much that, like, it might be genuinely really hard or impossible for him not to want to do it because he knows he could be so good at it.
Well, the best, like you watch Michael Jordan and all the teammates that he's ever had, they say it's like amazing that the best player who has the most stuff works the hardest.
Right.
And like wants it the most. And he's practicing the most. When the guys who have less skill, who are like just trying to make the roster, are doing less than the guy who is born with the better skill. So that's the Tiger Woods effect, right? Where it's like he can literally just stop. He doesn't have to practice as much as the next guy. But the reason why he's the best is because he practices more than the next guy.
right.
Speaking of practice, there's a dude just out here just rolling putts at Olympic Club. Like, what a fucking life this guy has. Just 3 balls, sitting there, just no care in the fucking world. He's got the entire bay of San Francisco behind him.
Got a little hoodie on.
Now, the thing I want to ask you guys is when you guys are practicing putting, like, are you working on anything right there? Like, or what I do is I just try and get the ball in the hole. Like when I'm just on a putting green, a practice putting green. I just try and roll the ball in the hole. I'm not actively trying to fix anything, now that I think about it.
I would say I do some experimentation a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. And then
you're
like
consciously thinking about that as you're rolling the ball?
Yeah, sometimes. Not every putt, but I think that I try to, my biggest thing with putting is process. And I know that's stupid, or like routine, if you will.
I agree with that. That's why I'm shocked to hear you say that I experiment every time I get on a putting green. It's like you're all about the same process every time, and I think you putt really well. So to tell me that you go out there and now you're just experimenting the whole time?
Yeah, because I think it's sometimes if you change something a little bit and see how it works out, sometimes it's horrible. But I don't even mean just the process. I mean change. Sometimes feel like you're taking the putter back way outside and just kind of see what happens for 5 putts. You know?
Yeah.
And look at it on video if you can or something like that. Just to like see. And if it's like shittier or just like doesn't look better or whatever, then it'd just be like, it didn't fucking work.
You know what I mean when I say I'm just trying to get the ball in the hole?
Oh,
there's
100%.
absolutely no practice in that.
Yeah.
No.
It's just, you're just doing the thing that you would do on the course, which is incorrect. And you're not succeeding at it. Maybe you get a couple in there and then you just walk off. Like, what? This guy's like kind of grinding. That's the only reason I bring it up.
He's living, too.
Living.
I mean,
sun setting here in San Francisco.
Yeah. Get him a beer. Get him a Paloma. Get him an Owens
Looks
mixer.
like he's got a nice little spider on him, too, the putter. He's
I
just
also
rolling.
appreciate he's just in sneakers, and he also has 3 different golf balls because 2 are yellow and 1's white.
I also just
So
like,
it's just he's just hanging.
I looked at a guy over here, and he just played this par 3 here at Olympic Club. He was carrying his bag, older guy, probably belongs here. Just what a fucking life out here, man.
Getting in.
What are we
like,
doing
one of
in
these
New
elite
York?
clubs.
When you're in Arizona now, so you kind of figured
I
it
got
out.
the fuck out of here.
But like, it's insane that there's better
I gotta
places
tell
than
you,
New York City.
The amount of people that say to me in Arizona, because now everyone's like, "Oh, you been here? You been here since? Oh, you moved here, Riggs. When you moved? I'm like, oh yeah, November. Like, oh, when are you going back? I'm like, maybe never. And like, what are those other guys doing? I'm like, I think they're just in New York.
Right, like when we've been playing, it's a bear to get where we need to be.
Yeah.
Leaving the city for a round of golf to come back, it's a 10-hour day.
It's full.
Went to Westchester, had to
day.
go over a bridge, and it's just like not a nice
You leave the
bridge.
city,
I'm looking
you
at
get
a nice
car,
bridge right now.
It's like 2 hours. You get out to the course, play, to jog, you get back, another 2 hour. I mean, it's an 8-hour
It's
day.
a nightmare.
8 minutes to Greyhawk from my apartment.
Wow.
You know what else is a nightmare?
Go on.
Louis Oosthuizen's 18th hole during the match play event.
Oh, the.
I'm sorry, the playoff hole.
Playoff.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone hit a worse drive, and you hit some bad drives today.
Terrible drive. Some of the worst drives I've ever
Louis
seen.
Oosthuizen, I think that has to be his worst professional swing he's
Just
ever had.
never had a chance to
With
catch a
everything on the
piece.
line, I don't know that it gets worse than that. He barely hit the ball. Like, it just completely flailed way out into the fucking water. And it was just one of those moments where you're watching this fucking, they had chances coming down. They go. I mean, I know it's hard to even pay attention with this guy. He's just.
He just
living
asked
life.
how we did out here.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
that guy's
We're
living
talking
life.
about him.
That's
I'm like,
I
"God,
can't really
You're
just
just
shout
talking
it
about
out.
him.
I was just mumbling on this podcast because I'm watching him.
Can we get a guest appearance from this
Yeah,
guy?
we got.
He's just.
We might have to
walking away.
interview this guy about the dream life that he's living.
What
right
is he
now.
doing?
He's-
Anyway, Louis Oosthuizen just couldn't get it done, which sucks.
There he is
Here
coming up.
We were just
So-
talking about you
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I'm like, what a life this guy has. Out there rolling putts just at Olympic Club. It's not a bad
Oh,
Monday.
it's
no,
not
No.
look at this guy. Go
How you
ahead,
doing,
Good,
man?
man.
So,
What's up, bro?
Can
Thank
you
you,
get?
man.
Were you working on anything out there? Or you just trying to get the ball in the hole?
Speaking of that mic. Speaking of that mic.
Yeah, I switched to this broken old putter again, so I don't know. We're just trying to figure shit out.
What's your name?
I'm Mike Finn.
Mike.
what's
Nice
up,
to
Mike?
meet you,
So, Mike, you
friend.
remember out here?
I am, yeah.
How awesome is that? See, the reason we're talking about you in the show is because Frankie can't help, but he's looking out. He's got the Golden Gate Bridge, he's got the sun setting, and then he's got you just putting around on this green overlooking all these cypress trees at Olympic Club. It's insane.
We're lucky. We're lucky.
Is that
Mondays
the-
is closed out here for members, so
Gotcha.
that's why it's a little
So,
more peaceful, probably.
When you are, is there much of a process there? Or you're just fucking around right now, putting.
No, it's messing around. Whenever you got like extra half hour, 45 minutes, just go roll the rock a little bit. So.
So was this like right before you go home for dinner with the family and everything?
We're actually there's a Monday Night Lights tennis thing going on, so it's kind of like a social.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Formal
amazing.
thing.
Well,
You
that
get
gets
like
game.
12, 15 people down there. Go play some tennis. Have some
Awesome.
drinks.
These guys were just saying, like, how about we just live in New York and this guy's out here doing this right now? And,
Right.
like, how
You guys
cool.
come on out here, man. You get sunshine all the time. You don't have to deal with the snow.
This is amazing.
It's a
God.
sales
dude.
pitch.
I saw that bunker shot on 3. How'd you like the bunkers out here?
I played pretty well out of the bunkers.
Yeah, you did.
What did I?
Yeah, so I was
Yeah.
happy with it.
Did you guys play from like they have like tees set up for
the
Yeah,
USGA,
it was like
yeah.
65 or 66 or
I
something
think
like
it's
that.
right around what they're going to play for the Women's Open.
65,
Yeah.
66?
Yeah.
Any good scores?
Couple.
Yes.
Couple.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we're not. We're
couple bad
we're
ones.
going to save it for the video. But
Okay.
we had a couple. We had one really good one, and we had one.
If you had to
know,
guess who had the better ones and who had the worst ones, what would you
What,
guess?
scores?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's looking right at me right now.
Yeah, just
I
fire
don't
it
know.
up.
I think it's a competition. I mean, you guys are going to be pretty close to each other now,
We-
right?
Urchin
Yeah.
Riggs, yeah.
We are.
Yeah.
And Frankie's been
Frankie
playing
was
great.
hot,
You've been
so
playing well the last month. I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a tough day.
But you're starting to get it. You're starting to get it.
Well, today would not indicate that, but I think I am starting to get it.
You
but
got
was
it
a tough
correct.
day.
You got it
Yeah,
correct.
you nailed it.
You
We're
know,
going to give them the card. Don't say the numbers, but you
Yeah.
can just kind of
It's
react
just-
to what
we
you
can
saw.
figure it
What
out.
was the game?
We were just literally playing
Ball and
everything in the
hole.
hole,
Yeah.
no gimmies, and we just did
ball
stroke
and
play
hole.
and see what
There
happens.
was no match or anything.
Nothing.
No,
No.
but you had to do
No.
everything. Like you can make an 11 if you like. It was
Right.
ball and hole.
Had to finish
Tournament
the hole.
rules.
Actually, surprised there weren't any larger numbers. Somebody just
Seriously.
in the worst spot making like a 12 or something.
100%.
Furicol started to eat up me a little bit after I,
was
hit
a little
multiple
bit-
trees. I was like, "Is it going to just go away from me right
Me
here?"
and Trent were kind of in the fairway,
16 treat you guys.
messing around. See,
Oh.
that's the one he's talking
Oh,
about.
no.
He goes,
Fear gotcha.
Yeah.
I didn't go left
Furicol.
though. I went right, and then I thought I had angles in, angles in.
Couldn't have hit a
angles in.
better drive on that hole,
It
and
just
I ended up
keeps
with a
going.
fucking
Right.
7.
Yeah.
yeah.
Crazy.
It goes forever, that hole.
You're almost better off playing down the ocean course, down the 9th hole in the ocean.
I should have.
I asked
in
you that.
hindsight. I
Is
know.
that internal OB during the tournament?
During the 12 Open, they had tents and like merchandise. So I don't think it was technically out of bounds. You were just screwed if you want to
So
do it.
for anybody, all the listeners out there, the 16th hole is like a 610-yard par 5 from the back tee. It's probably 580 from where we played it or something, and it's a dog leg left. I don't even call it a dog leg left. It's like a half moon that just keeps going and going and going left. And it's where Jim Furyk famously, what do you have, a tie for lead or one-shot lead in 2012?
I think I was actually right there on a knee watching it from about 15 yards behind.
Yep.
We had snuck under the ropes after volunteering on the driving range in the morning. So,
And did he change to 3-wood or something and then just duck hooked it?
So they put the tees up about where the whites were. So he had been complaining all week. Here,
That's right.
I'm good now.
He had been complaining, I guess, that they didn't put the tees there all week, and that it was kind of a sneak attack for them because you have to bend it so hard off that tee.
Yep.
But I mean, these guys are pros. I mean, come on, you got to
That's
get like
right.
a 4-iron off the tee, do something. You do have to turn it. So
You gotta. So he tried to turn it and he just violently hooked one. Gone.
yeah, a little over the top move, and it was just duck hook.
So you guys, everybody calls it the Furyk hole here.
Oh yeah. You go look over the bushes, and you're like, oh, this is about where he is.
So let's give Olympic a little plug here. Well, tell us about this par 3 course. Supposed to be unreal.
The Cliffs?
Yeah.
Have you guys not played there yet? Oh, dude, you got to go out there before if you have a chance before. How long are you guys here till?
We're leaving in
another
about
30
an hour and a
minutes.
half.
We
I'm
might
looking
miss
at-
our flight.
Almost knocked your teeth
I'm
out.
looking at Ubers right now as we speak.
I would just, you are actually not lying.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to make a flight.
Yeah, we gotta
like
catch a flight.
7:45 or something.
All right. I don't want to keep you guys, but
no,
if
you're
you have a
good.
chance,
it's
dude,
great.
go over there. They're actually potentially going to be getting rid of that pretty soon. Gil Hance is, we're in talks with him right now to redo the entire ocean course, redo that. So it might not be around for a whole lot longer. I don't know if I'm breaking news here, but
Well, yeah, but if they
a
redo it, they're
massive
not going to like
project.
get rid of it, are they?
So they're talking about maybe putting some more like 6 holes over there as well, and then doing another kind of like the cradle type par 3 course
cool.
down on like 6 and 7.
Because the Cliffs
ocean.
real estate is like the best, isn't it?
Oh, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's like Pebble Beach. You go to over there, the views you can see, the whole beach all the way down to Pacifica. You got Mount Tam out there. It's especially this time right now. I mean, if you have the course to yourself, if you can go just before you leave, well, there's not
We
really
just don't
music,
have.
but
Yeah, I mean, we're literally in the air in 2 hours.
Just go grab like a 7-iron or a pitching wedge, and there's the third hole right there when you walk through the tunnel, and you can just go hit a couple shots.
You're going to make me want to punch myself in the face just because we
I
can't
didn't
do
bring
it.
my 7-iron.
We
I
just don't
lost
have
my
time.
7-iron.
Love
So
it. And
of all
Frankie
the clubs
doesn't
for you to
have
say, it's fucking unbelievable.
And I'll be like a creep.
Now get the fuck out of here.
out here, dude.
Next time we're in town, we're coming out.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Anytime. Let's
All
go.
right, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, bro.
Thank you for
man.
jumping
Yeah,
on.
man.
We
Yeah,
appreciate
enjoy.
it.
Thank
Keep
you,
enjoying life. You're just ripping it
Yeah.
up right now.
Thank you. I got it, man.
What a
Not
nice
today,
guy.
I didn't, but I appreciate
Oh,
it.
that's
Fucking
amazing.
In the
7-iron.
future.
That guy's the best.
Yeah.
See ya.
See ya.
Thank you,
He
Mike.
looks me dead in the eye and he goes, "Why don't you grab a 7-iron and go over to that fucking course?"
Guys, you haven't had
Kidding
7-iron
me?
all day. The Wingman is the world's first golf speaker featuring audible GPS distance and the premium sound quality so you can enjoy your favorite tunes on the course. So we were using these all day today. The Wingman, I got mine maybe, in the fall of last year, I think we got these for the first time. The Wingman especially because out in Arizona now, it's like cart golf all over the place. Everybody rips around in a cart all the time. This thing's amazing. The Wingman, you got a little button you can put in your pocket. You hook it up to the app. You can see, I was showing Trent, you can see the visuals of the entire hole on the app. You can point anywhere on it where you'd like, and it'll give you the exact distances to the front, the back, and the center of the green. And then whenever you hit that button, the guy, Siri or whoever, just says it out loud.
172.
To the
That was a
middle,
good impression.
to the front, and to the
That's
back.
exactly what it sounds like.
And it's awesome. And then also, everybody's listening to music on the course these days. We actually can't in our videos. People don't understand that because it's illegal to be playing other people's music and all that.
Yep.
So we would listen to music if we weren't filming. And then you can just hit that thing, and during the song, it'll go down a little bit, give you the yardage. It's awesome. It sticks right in your cart. The little bar, the little kind of the little bar in your cart where it just magnet right there. Boom.
Magnetized.
12 pounds of pole force keeps the Wingman speaker on the cart bar even over some pretty rough bumps. That's
Which
what
is
it says.
true.
I got through that sentence. Lastly, the Wingman has enough battery to last 36 holes or up to 10 hours on a single charge. Go to
Ride through the bumps.
bushnellgolf.com/4. Do yourself a favor. Go to bushnell.com/4 and order your Wingman golf speaker today. Thing really is phenomenal.
It's phenomenal.
And it's loud. And it's got good sound. It's just
You're an aggressive cart driver for sure. You don't think so?
Oh, we almost got
We almost got a
whatever.
No.
whatever.
Whatever. It is a little bit that way. And actually, you agreed with me on a whatever today when your buddy said, about the hot dogs or the hamburgers.
Speaking of hot dogs, let's talk about the fucking
Yeah, the burger dogs
dog.
at the turn. They were,
The 10th hole, after the 10th hole, in between the 10th and 11th at Olympic Club, Lake Course, all right? Lakeside, is that what we're calling it?
Lake
Maybe they have that on the other side too? The burger dogs.
That's a good question. I don't know. We have to ask Mike.
All
next
I
time
know
on the show.
is that it is a hot. I'm sorry, it's a hot dog bun.
Yep.
With a patty on the inside that looks like a hot dog, but it's a fucking it's a hamburger.
Burger meat.
It's burger meat. They throw cheese on there. They throw relish. They throw ketchup.
Pickles.
They throw pickles, and it's just a burger that looks like a hot dog.
So then you text your buddy.
So my buddy, who's a huge hot dog guy, he actually tried.
You
to,
agreed with whatever.
He tried to knock down the world record of hot dogs on 4th of July party, and he only got down 4 because he was on camera. He said he got nervous.
I remember those.
And it was one of the
videos.
most embarrassing things I've ever been a part of. I went live for it. We had 30 hot dogs in front of him, and he ate 4 of them. We were like screaming at him,
Probably
like,
had
"Go eat them!"
Probably had
He was
3,000 people watching.
It was insane. Yeah, it was nuts. I texted him and he goes, "Oh, like don't fix something that ain't broke. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it." He's like, it's the same thing with like when you get Dippin' Dots or all this other ice cream. Like vanilla ice cream's king. I'm like, well, like that. And then you
gave
said,
them like, oh,
I said,
whatever.
whatever. Like, we need some innovation in the world. That's innovation.
Right.
It's innovation.
Right, that's a guy who doesn't like innovation.
These burgers.
And I
these
understand.
burger
Like, I
dogs
love
have been
hot dogs too, but the burger dogs were.
These burger
Right, but
dogs have been
like-
around since 1950.
Right, and you can just have multiple sandwiches. Like
And-
you can have a roast beef sandwich,
Correct.
turkey sandwich.
And what I would say
that's all it is.
if you're gonna say if someone's a real hot dog purist, fine. You could argue that that's not technically in the hot dog
This was not a hot
game.
dog.
Fine.
Let's not
Totally
fool
fine.
anyone. This is a cheeseburger.
Totally, but I'm just saying in terms of like the best halfway house item, piece of food,
Really good.
I've ever
Really
had.
good.
I think that was it.
up there.
Lurch, how many did you eat?
2,
No,
and then I went back for a third.
Okay, so you had 3.
But I did have
You
2.
had 3 massive pieces of meat cheeseburgers at the turn.
Right, and we got
And then what did I do on that 11 tee box? I
Nutted
actually
on one.
striped it.
I was.
Nutted on one.
Boy, was I rooting for that not to happen. 'Cause
Everybody was against it. You ate too much.
Showed
You're
that ball
too
your
full.
own face.
Yeah.
Oh.
See ya.
Oh.
Hold on. So where's my aggressive driving?
No, it's just like all day. It's just
you guys are like an
bouncing
old married
here,
couple.
Bouncing there.
Just all day.
I am in awe of how much you can eat. I really am.
You're just a
It's-
trash can, dude.
I've
Yeah.
never met anybody like that.
My buddy in college, Dunkel, just called me like the dumpster because I like no matter what he had left, he would just push it or I'd just stare at it until he was like, you know what, dude, just have the second half
You
of my meal.
sent a picture of a plate of chicken into the 4-play group chat a couple days ago that no one could believe you were going to eat all of it, and then I asked you today, and you said you ate all of it.
That's going down.
And it is we might have to put the picture
I'd
out.
say it was maybe 25 pieces of chicken.
It is so much chicken,
Like-
and I support you. Like we eat a lot together.
Right.
We have a good time. I had 2 burger dogs today.
Right.
Enjoyed myself, but you really can eat.
I love to
It's
eat.
the type of chicken strips where if you went to a chicken strip place, and you ordered a large, they'd give you 4 to 5 strips of chicken. If you ordered
Yes.
like a large, you'd get that. You'd maybe get a little thing of mashed potatoes, a little side. I'm thinking of like like a KFC or whatever.
Sure,
You went
right.
large. Your strips of chicken, you had about 20 to 25 of those. That was like
I'll
3
get
to
the picture
4
and send
or
it.
5 large orders.
So yeah, I mean it's
With what, 7
pluck you.
packets
It's
of honey
a really
mustard?
good little chicken, kind of like hungover drunk chicken food
Yeah.
that you used to order. Yeah, I think that meal, I forget. I want to say it might be a large 24 pack. That's like $37. I think it's like $37.
Here's what I don't get. You used to come home and just sometimes we were roommates. You'd eat like just a poke bowl.
Right, and that's good
How
too.
would you do that?
Because
Don't
I
you need
feel
like 7.
no, because like sometimes mentally I get in a spot where I'm like, all right, got to trim it in. Don't eat much, and so I'll just have that. Or maybe
the halfway house was not one of those.
Maybe that's on the backside of me eating a ton. Like maybe that morning I might have had 2 or 3 breakfast sandwiches.
Jesus.
And then you get to night and you're like, all right, let's hone it in before we go to bed.
Right.
We got breakfast sandwiches
Right?
this morning,
It's in a
and
big wave.
we got breakfast sandwiches
Ooh.
this morning, and we split a large
Croissant,
chocolate
chocolate.
You had
croissant.
a full fucking breakfast this morning, got to the Olympic Club, and noticed
had a
they had
breakfast.
a buffet, and you crushed the buffet of breakfast.
And then he had 3 cheeseburgers. For
3
lunch.
cheeseburgers 2 hours later. Let's talk about Louis Oosthuizen. We got to get
Yeah,
that in
good
before
point.
this thing
Thank
turns.
God.
I got a guy coming in 7 minutes because we got to get this bird in the air.
Should I get another Uber?
Yeah,
Yeah, we should
got,
too.
we need.
Or
we
E-Bug's
need-
got one, too,
We
I
need the
bet.
bird in the air in an hour and a half. So let's figure this shit out. Louis Oosthuizen steps up to the tee in the
Oosthuizen.
We're gonna
Jake,
put that
put
audio.
that clip
Jake,
in.
put that audio in. Mike Francesa
None of
on
these
the
clips are
fan.
going in.
WFAN. He just flails one into the fucking abyss. It's one of the worst tee shots I've ever seen. You got to feel bad for him. You got to feel bad for the partner. Everyone's standing there. He doesn't want to make eye contact with Schwartzel. It's just a bad scene, and that's what happens when you have alternate shot. You are You are your partner. Like, his shot now is your shot. And when you hit a shot like that, with all that money on the line, with all that hardware on the line, you got to feel fucking horrible.
From Justin Ray Golf, who's a great stats guy on Twitter, he said Louis Oosthuizen, lone PGA Tour title remains his 7-shot win at St. Andrews at the 2010 Open. He's now finished runner-up in all 4 majors, a WGC, the match play, the Players' Championship, a regular tour event, the Valspar, a playoff event, and a team event.
He's got that little gap in his tooth, and he always looks like he's just...
His buddies call him Shrek.
You're just... Man, Louis, just figure it out, man. And you know what the saddest part about that shot was? He hit that drive. He was so confident stepping up there. Like, he didn't even take a practice swing. It was crazy. Just stepped up, fucking roasted it, or tried to roast it. And he actually walked behind the little sign, the Zurich sign that was on the tee box, so that no one in the group could make eye contact with him. He actually went into the shadow of the sign and just stared out into nothingness.
Dude, that just sucks.
I feel for him. I mean, I know the biggest shot of my life I shanked. So.
What's the biggest shot?
Oh, that was at the Member Guest?
Member Guest.
Yeah.
Due Process, New Jersey. I was going to get.
Alternate shot?
Alternate shot. Last playoff hole. Our group versus one other group. We had won the first 2 playoff holes to go on.
This is Louis Uso.
I'm playing in the Member Guest that's literally called. Basically, it's named after my buddy's dad, who I'm playing with, that passed away in 9/11.
Oh.
If we win this hole, our 2 names, David Bauer, Ben Severance, are going to win the Member Guest, the W. David Bauer Invitational. I take a 6-iron out on a par 5. I got like 200 in. There's water left. I'm like, I first had 5-iron because the pin was back left, and I was like, no, that brings in the water on the left-hand side. Let's hit a 6-iron up to the right. No problem. Chip, putt.
There's people like watching and everything, right?
I mean, probably had 100 people watching.
Okay. All right.
I hit it off the hosel of the 6-iron.
My palms are starting to sweat.
Hosel the 6-iron right. Lost ball.
Oh.
We're done. Show's over. I literally left that golf course, went back home, lied on the couch, turned the lights off, got under a blanket and turned the ceiling fan on, and just refused to participate in life for the next couple days.
Did you guys lose the hole by like 1 stroke?
Yeah, no, it was after that. It was like, I think after that they hit a shot up there that hit a rock in this little river that cuts through on the 8th hole and skipped up to the right. And I was like, you know what?
This wasn't meant to be.
No,
even though it was.
It was so meant to be. Every way,
every aspect of that, it was meant to be.
So after that,
your involvement in it,
right? And I had played so well up to that point, so well.
You know what you needed for that because you kind of shit your pants. You needed some dude wipes.
I did. I mean, I could have had a blanket of dude wipes when I got home.
I had dude wipes. Because we got a serious chat here about kind of your habits and your issues in that situation. You got to stop. Yeah, everybody's just stop with the shitty, scratchy toilet paper and switch to dude wipes. Dude wipes are extra large, flushable wipes made with plant-sourced fibers. I didn't know that. Designed to give your butt a cleaner, more refreshing finish than deep.
You just laugh at the word butt?
Yeah, because
hell yeah, bro.
I thought there was going to be like a doctor-type term in there, and it was just butt.
Butt.
Right, like usually they give you something.
Doesn't DoubleTree sound like a toilet paper company? Like, go pick up some DoubleTree.
Double ply?
Yeah, I know.
It is, yeah.
But it's just like, I picked up some DoubleTree today. We're staying there, and I just thought it sounded.
By the way, people were kind of roasting me for my cookie thing. I didn't know that DoubleTrees give everybody a cookie all the time.
No, what?
I just didn't know.
Trent,
tell them about DoubleTree.
Well, DoubleTree is like the Ritz in Cedar Rapids. Downtown.
What's it across the street from?
What's that?
What's it across the street from?
Quaker Oats.
He goes, man, the DoubleTree is the shit in Cedar Rapids. It's across the street from Quaker Oats. It's right in the heart of town. If you're at the DoubleTree, you are living. And I'm like, it sounds like toilet paper.
Yeah, because when we got off the plane, Frankie was being very negative about DoubleTree, and I was like, well, it's a pretty big deal. but
Trent's like a Hilton Honors. Like he's already logged into the.
It's a big time hotel downtown Cedar Rapids.
But you know what? It's not. It's not dude wipes.
No, it's not. Be prepared for any situation on or off the course with dude wipes. They come in at home and on the go options. They also have dude powder and dude shower body wipes. They're on the go options. I keep in my golf bag. You never know when you're going to need them. You can find everything at Amazon or dude wipes at Walmart or Target nationwide, or go to dudewipes.com and use code FORE15. That's FORE15 for 15% off your entire order. Go to dudewipes.com. Use code FORE15 for 15% off your entire order. Leishman and Cameron Smith end up winning. Team Mullet, Leash came in earlier in the week with the mullet. They were doing the whole thing last night afterwards. Big old buffet.
I liked
but
it, though.
If that gets it done.
Yeah.
You know. Their short games are ridiculous. though,
Ridiculous.
guys. The Aussies, I feel like in general, just always are ridiculous around the greens. Cam Smith, every time they pan to him, he's chipping in. Leishman chipped in coming in down the stretch. So they just hole out from all over the place around the greens. They're never out of any holes. Alternate shot is such an awesome format to watch golf.
It's great. I'm such a proponent for changing up formats selfishly week to week. Like when you see different formats, it's just so much better. And obviously, like match play, alternate shot, it's just so fun to watch because as you think about buddies trips, you usually do, two-man best ball, then maybe you do individuals for the last day.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have more rounds of golf, then you can throw in an alternate shot. It's so fun to see them do it. So
It
wish
is.
they could do it more.
Tough to throw alternate shot in on buddies trips because everybody always wants to play their own
Ball. I know.
to give it up. But this may have convinced me to throw it into.
If you're doing
it's so fun.
back-to-back 36s,
36, you can do it.
Yeah.
Afternoon round, a couple
Right.
drinks. It's a little more boozy.
really fun.
Yeah, I think that's
Make
fun.
it less point value than like a standard match maybe,
Yeah.
but throw it in there.
Big credit to the Zurich Classic for years ago going out on a limb and doing it and changing it. And I thought the alternate shot aspect to it, especially this last weekend, this Sunday, was awesome to watch. So that was cool. And Leash and Cameron Smith. Cameron Smith, I feel like, has just been on a heater ever since the President's Cup. Been playing really good golf, and then Leishman pops up and can play really good at any time. Brooke Henderson got her 10th LPGA Tour win in LA over the weekend. Her first win since 2019. It's her 10th, and she's only 23 years old. So another one in women's golf where they're just really young and continue to dominate tournaments. I also think, from what people have told me, Brooke Henderson is huge in Canada. Obviously she's
Really?
Canadian, but huge in Canada.
She's massive.
Yeah, I think they market the fuck out. She's one of the biggest
Right.
celebrity athletes in the country.
There was a
She's
tennis
huge.
There was a tennis star that faded.
Canada?
Yeah. She's just
The home
really
of,
big in
Sidney
Canada.
Crosby and all,
She's literally
Right,
up
she's
there
massive.
with she's huge.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
There was a tennis girl that was good but not great, and she was honestly probably more well known because she was very pretty, but she faded, but she was the top girl. And then Brooke now is absolutely massive.
Yeah, and I didn't.
Reference.
And it was my you got to come up probably the
Gotta
name.
come up with the name.
Got to come up with a name. Man.
Doesn't sound
It's
that
on the
well
tip of
known.
my
That sounds
tongue
like a
too.
B sentence,
You're
which
also
is not good.
you're saying how well known she is. You don't know.
Oh,
her
I
name.
know it's brutal.
Yeah, it's just,
I think any of those tennis fans out there will know what I'm talking about, but I'm gonna.
But
find
I
her
would
name.
like to hear some people even chime in on some of our Canadian listeners about how big she is there because I have heard that she is huge, a top 10, top 5 celebrity athlete in the country of Canada. People fucking love her to death. So good for her. She gets the
Jeannie
win.
Bouchard.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I know her.
I know that name.
Kidding me?
Let's go.
Yeah, I know her.
Yeah, I know her.
Okay. Next topic.
Brooks-
What? I just, I'm a fan of Jeannie Bouchard.
Why you
I mean,
making
we
it
could
weird?
say I follow
I'm
her.
not making
You're sounding like a
Didn't she go-
creep.
No.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of her.
I'm a fan of her.
Same. Didn't she go on the date with that dude and it was a whole story? Remember?
Yeah,
Yes.
some random guy that
Some
just
random
followed her.
guy that was can we go on a date? And they dated.
Yeah, I think they ended up dating
They're
for
like, oh my
months.
god, she's giving him a chance, and they were legitimately a couple. It was crazy.
He was just like Joe Schmo, and she just did his buffet of bits.
They they did a bet, if I win this or if you don't do something, I go on a date with you, and it was like that.
I think she responded to a DM or something. Maybe
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, fine, and then it happened.
That's how I
Right.
fucking know her. So
I
relax.
feel like I was in a coma during.
Buddy.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
No,
Do you know who Jeannie
Jeez.
Bouchard is?
I know the name. I
Alright.
recognize that.
And then we've got something very interesting developing with Brooks Koepka and Dave
Yes.
Portnoy.
This is huge.
Brooks Koepka is going to play lefty against Dave Portnoy, just playing golf the way he plays golf. Frankie's on the bag for Dave. Koepka's got the pardon my take guys on his bag.
Playing for $250,000 to charity.
$250,000.
Cash.
I mean, that's just going to go to Koepka's charity.
I mean, look, I famously
Portnoy.
I know.
famously doubted Dave Portnoy as hard as anybody in the world.
Mulligan
when
Challenge,
it came to the
man.
Mulligan Challenge, I kind of became the face of there's no way he can do this, and then he just did it. Now I'm gonna say again, there's no way he can beat Brooks Koepka left-handed. There's just
How
no way.
far did Brooks hit that drive in that video of
It
him
was
hitting
297.
Lefty?
Yeah, lefty. And then he hit a 190-yard 8-iron or 9-iron. 9-iron.
They're
So-
going to get beat on the 12th
But
hole.
dude, that's the kind of guy Brooks is. He's in the fucking lab and he was hitting it really hard and he did the muscle thing to the camera. We'll see if he can put it all together. I'm on Dave's side very hard because he's Dave Portnoy.
Yeah.
He's won for 20 years. He's dominated. He's beaten the headlines. He is the headlines. And I will be by Dave Portnoy's side until the end. We are going to win that match. He's going to need a little bit of practice because he hasn't played golf in a while, so we're going to have to hit the range. We're going to have to get some guys in here to teach us how to play. Dave has to score a good Brooks is going to play astonishingly well lefty, I think. And we need Dave to just play good golf.
I'm very curious to see you as the caddy, because I know, like, typically your mindset and approach on golf, we always laugh about, like, your headspace and where you're at.
Yeah.
But I actually think when you were Dave, you focus so hard on channeling him into the right spot.
When I'm with Dave Portnoy, I figure out
That's what I mean.
what are the million options, and where can I get in trouble, and how do I not do that? And if I apply that to golf, where's our trouble out here? How can I get this guy to not hit the ball out of bounds and like into a bad spot? I will do that, because it's my problem if he hits that ball out of bounds. It's my problem. So we're gonna figure out the best spots to be on that golf course. If I have to live on that golf course and scour those greens and make sure that I know every fucking break at that place, I will. So we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna get it done. Dave's gonna play him. I think that Brooks is like putting out these videos. It is what it is. Like, we'll see how he can put it all together. It's going to be really hard for Brooks to go out there and shoot. Like, people are tweeting at me he's going to shoot a 78. Like, I don't think so, pal.
And
he's opposite hand.
Yeah, and Dave's game is a mental game, and that's kind of what he said at the
He's
beginning.
already calling him Cupcake, which I love.
Right, so it's like he's going to try and work him in that angle, hopefully get him in bad spots, and, you know.
This all started, I don't even know if we talk about that, but it all started with someone tweeted at Dave a picture of Dave signing U.S. Open flags.
The Shinnecock flag.
Shinnecock flags. And Koepka out of the clouds was like, that would be worth more if it had my signature on it. And then Dave responded to that saying, I beat you by 20 strokes, buddy. And then Koepka responded to that saying, I'd beat you lefty.
And Dave, I think, said like
when and where.
Yeah.
And he said, it's on. $250,000 to your charity or my charity, it's on.
It's going to be incredibly entertaining.
Dave texted me, I think before he agreed, and said, does Koepka play lefty? And you and I were filming out at Quaker Ridge.
I love
this knowledge.
Just
so low.
So
Yeah,
low.
we were.
Play left.
Dave,
Or were we at?
we were at Quaker.
Yeah.
Me and him were at Quaker, and I get a text message from Dave Portnoy. He goes, does Koepka play lefty? And I had no idea what he was talking about. So I was going crazy. Like, what?
What does that
Why
mean?
does Dave Portnoy want to know if Koepka can play lefty?
Right, it's what you
was
just
going
said,
nuts.
where you're trying to play out all the scenarios in your
I
head.
looked
Like,
at my
what
cat.
is
I
it?
looked at like our caddy, and I was like, if you don't figure out why Dave Portnoy just told me, like, I'm gonna murder someone. Like, it's all over. Like, you can call your family now. It's done. Like, we're all gone if I can't figure this out. So we finally go on Twitter and we see this exchange, and I'm like, I was like, you know what? I don't think I've ever seen him play lefty, because we had seen Ricky and JT play lefty, but like for some reason Koepka wasn't popping out. Like, would he have popped out to you? Like that you've ever seen him play lefty?
I've seen those videos of him. No.
Dave says, okay, tweets out it's on. Koepka responds with that fucking video, and Dave goes, now what's this? I mean, you hit a 300-yard left, like that. We're fucked.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It'll be fun. It's good for charity.
It's going to be good. It's going to be great for charity. We'll talk a lot more about that in the coming weeks, I'm sure, as it gets closer, and you know, we'll break all that down. Barstool Golf Time app. Do yourself a favor. It's an easier way to play golf. We're getting reviews are up in there. We're working as hard on it as we possibly can to make it the best tee time app in the world. So go download it. Go download Barstool Golf Time. Use it to book your tee times. We got rewards plan we're rolling out. You're going to get merch. You're going to get free tee times. We got leaderboards. We got all kinds of cool stuff. We got the review system. Like I said, our reviews are going to be in there. Your reviews can be in there. You can tell people where they should go. You can find where you should go. So go get the Barstool Golf Time app. We got to catch a flight. We'll be back on Thursday with much more to talk about. Hit it hard.
Hit it hard.
Hit it hard.
Hit it hard.